So recently I was reading about the history of the Long Island Railroad on Wikipedia, which is the source of all human knowledge. I was struck by the formality of the Wikipedia page. In my mind, this is how I read this section. Douglas attracted wealthy New Yorkers and Bostonians who received a charter for the Long Island Railroad Company on April 24, 1834, with the right to construct and, during its existence, to maintain and continue a railroad or railroads with a single or double track, and with such appendages as may be deemed necessary for the convenient use of the same, commencing at any eligible point adjoining Southold Bay, in or near the village of Greenport, in the county of Suffolk, and extending from thence on the most practical— I've got a damn text message. On the most practical route, through or near the middle of Long Island, to a point in the water's edge in the village of Brooklyn, in the county of Kings, to be designated by the trustees of the village, and to a point on the water's edge in the village of Williamsburg, in the said county of Kings, to be designated by the trustees of that village, and in like manner to construct, maintain, and continue a branch railroad from said main road to Sag Harbor. That's how I imagined it in my mind, because it's written very properly. And railroad is hyphenated, as is Long Island. What? I'm recording a video.
What?
Recording a video.
You're recording
A video.
Would you like to come and eat?
I didn't know it was ready. Upon further consideration, I realized that it should probably be read something more along the lines of this. Douglas attracted wealthy New Yorkers and Bostonians who received a charter for the Long Island Railroad Company on April 24, 1834, with the right to construct, and during its existence to maintain and continue a railroad or railroads, with a single or double track, which is a lot of tracks if I may say, and with such appendages as may be deemed necessary for the convenient use of the same. It's a very long sentence. Commencing at any eligible point adjoining Southold Bay, in or near the village of Greenport, in the county of Suffolk, and extending from thence— who uses that word? What kind of word is thence? On the most practical route through and near the middle of Long Island, to a point on the water's edge in the village of Brooklyn, in the county of Kings, to be designated by the trustees of that village, and to a point on the water's edge, in said county of Kings, to be designated by the trustees of the village, and in like manner to construct, maintain, and continue a branch railroad from the said main road to Sag Harbor. That's how I figured that it probably ought to be read, even though in my mind I read it in a very, very thick British accent. Like, if someone was going to read you an encyclopedia, they wouldn't read it to you in, a New York accent. They wouldn't be like, the United States of America were founded in 1473. This is an encyclopedia. Ponce de Leon and his French friend, Gerald. They were so nice, those two. Gerald and Ponce were best friends. So they came to America, right? And when they got here, they saw that the Indians already had all of the land. So they said, Indians, listen, we have a good deal for you. We will give you this necklace if you give us your lands. And the Indians were like, ooh. So that's how America was founded. Encyclopedia reading must be done in English, not that in British. Not that I sit around and read the encyclopedia. The liar lied. I do. I have been known to read the encyclopedia. That's a good face. That's how I make friends on the subway. Like today, I got on. It was so hot. I got on, and I was literally— this is gross. I was sweating down my leg. I felt sweat go down my leg and through my leg. Well, I assumed it was sweat. I was hoping no one was peeing on me, but God knows it's the New York subway. I make that face to people, and it makes a lot of friends. For instance, for example, if I'm on the subway and someone's like, "Excuse me, there's a seat over here. There's a seat over her." I turn around and I'm like, and they're like, "What a charming young man. We should buy him things," and they do. And then I'm like, "Thank you so much." And it's a good day for all parties involved. For all parties. Parties, or parties, this being Democrat or Republican, or parties, like those who are leaving. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Listen, if you like my videos, if you think I am funny, which I think I'm funny on occasion, And if you're watching this, you think I'm funny enough to have stood through it for 5 minutes, you should subscribe because it's cool. And you should check out the things I do. You should check out my sketch comedy that I do with pineapple-shaped lamps. And you should also follow me on Twitter, _RyanPC, or get at me on the Facebook, Facebook/Stumpy457.